Hey kids, we had a great meeting today, our office meeting. Amir did his listing presentation and then did Q&A. Good stuff. So watch it here.
Time.
Yeah.
Angel,
Nice to meet you.
we'll come in.
So, okay. So, nice house. Um, this is kitchen table. Can I leave my stuff in the kitchen table?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm gonna leave it here. Can you show me the house a little bit? So,
Yeah, let's go this way.
okay. So we go this way. So, show me the house. So,
Oh, this is the kitchen.
Yeah.
Down this way is the 2 bedrooms.
okay, nice.
And if you could follow that, please, the rest of the
I
bedrooms.
was just curious. So why are you moving? So, what if you get offer? If you have offer within 30 days, do you have a place to move, or why are you moving?
No, we're just thinking about like moving to another state, so we're just curious.
Curious about
About
testing the market.
Yes, testing the market, see what we can get as an equity and all things.
Okay. Yeah, let's see the rest. Okay. See all this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's go back to the kitchen table. So
Okay.
I'll show you what I found out about your house. So I don't know what you know about the house. I'm gonna sit here.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, your family member is coming too. So.
Okay.
So, what do you think your house is worth?
Probably close to $1 million.
The,
Zero 510, so say 550. Or 550 or 600.
Close to like 600.
600.
our neighbors sold their house for around 700.
Yeah, it's probably a much bigger house, maybe pool and stuff, depending on updates. I mean, I see your house is very clean, but the kitchen is not really updated and stuff, but it's okay. So what I did, I did, this is your house, by the way. So this is all the information about your house, 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, and has 1,564 square feet, right? So you don't have any additions and stuff. So you said 600 and the neighbors sold 7, but it's Zillow. You probably have seen Zillow, right? Everybody, it's 510.
Oh, that's
I know
a bit
Zillow
too
is not
low.
accurate, but
Yeah, Zillow.
it's 510 just for your information. No problem. So this is what I have. So these are what I do for you. So I typically do half-mile radius and do 1 mile radius. So to see all the sold comps, active, pending, and sold.
Okay.
Right. So as you can see here, good thing in this this neighborhood, we don't have any active, so which is
What
good.
that's mean
No
for
competition.
us.
It's better for you. But we have 3 pending and about 7, 8 sold. And pending ones is I cannot read upside down, but you can see it's between 510 and 579, which is pending. We don't know how much, but this is really what matters. So it's between 480, the cheapest sold house, and the most expensive is 540.
And do we know the condition of those properties?
So we have to look more into detail, right? But this, I'm pulling data of all houses, a half-mile radius with a 25% plus or minus.
Okay.
So this is between 1,200 and 2,000 square feet. Okay.
Okay.
So, but you know, we have to do more in details though. But this is just a list to get an overview, right? But my point is, I know you said 600, but the most expensive house sold for 540. Most expensive, right? So why? And then
But can be our house most updated than the one is sold.
true, but your kitchen is not updated. I saw this, and the bathroom's not so good, right? So, but we can compare. So they, I mean, and you can look it up. I mean, we can look it up right now.
We can do that later.
So, and then we can compare the pictures of the condition of this versus yours. But your house is really worth in that price point between. I would say I'll take the cheapest one out because something's probably wrong with it, and most expensive probably out. But it's between 515 and 540.
Oh, I believe that's too low.
That's too low, yeah.
Yeah. Then maybe you're not ready to sell now.
Well, we told you like we are not sure. We just
Yeah.
like testing the market, see what we can get, and we have to take a look on another state, see where we get a move to. So
I said.
yeah,
So you just wanted to test the market.
kind of.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
we need to see like what's our property worth, what the process if we decided to sell and move into
Yeah.
another state. So we have an idea because we didn't We didn't done that before, so.
And if we make agreement today, so whatever price we agree to, so you're ready to get listed next week? To
Maybe.
test the
How
market.
much do you charge for your commission?
But we'll talk about the commission, but to test the market, so you're ready.
Well, first thing, we have to find the process of moving, like we have to decide if we're gonna purchase another property out of the state, granted.
At
we are
what
not
point you gonna test the market?
What do you mean by
Well, you
that?
just said you were willing to test the market, so at what point you gonna test the market?
Well, just
wanted to
like to
find
get,
a
to get an
repetitive-
idea what's our homework, that's why you are here,
Okay,
price-wise, and then from there, I'm gonna talk to her and see where we're gonna move to, what the process, because we've been at this property for 15 years. We
fair.
never move out of the state, so kind of to get an idea.
Okay, so the price of the property, Zillow says 510, I think we can go between 515 and 540. That's actually what the price is. Now, we can test the market at 550, we can test the market at 600, we can test the market at 700. So, do you want to test the market?
What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I have a listing agreement here and I have addendum. So, on addendum, I'm gonna just write, your names are here. Seller intentionally decides to overprice their house to test the market. Please sign this addendum. It's just for my broker, so that we have that you are acknowledging that you overpricing your house.
And what happened if we didn't get the price?
It's all negotiable. So if you don't get a price, you don't sell.
And for how long we gonna test it? What's your plan with the testing the
minimum-
market as you
minimum.
are the professional?
A minimum 90 days, but as if you list too high, you're chasing the market down. So if you don't get any offers within 12 to 14 days, you should reduce the price. But if you don't reduce the price and then you chase the market again and you keep reducing the price, you will probably always chase the market down instead of going upward.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, this addendum never signs. Nobody signs this addendum. Angel signs it. When they have to acknowledge in writing that they're overpricing their house, they think twice differently, because it's NLP technique is different when people need to sign something, right? So, and we will go back to the negotiation with the commission. But let me just analyze what we did. So when I came to the house, I left whatever I have. You have purse, leave it purse. Or if I don't have anything, I have my folder. Can I leave on the kitchen table? The reason why I'm leaving a kitchen table, not in the living room, because I don't want to sit here on the sofa and you sitting in that sofa and then be too far out. And kitchen table will be right here. And strategically, I put myself here, not there. That's another NLP technique, because I'm cornering myself against the wall. So you don't feel cornered because it's kind of way out there. It's kind of back of the human's brain. When you're showing the houses, for example, don't go to the master bedroom door and then stand in the door and say, hey, what do you think about the house? Master bedroom. Then you feel, the clients feel cornered inside the room. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, it's very unusual. I mean, the sellers wanted just to test the market. They could test the market, but we will test the market, right? We'll probably not sell, like with our Chinese seller, we didn't sell, right? So he was testing the market for whatever, $1 million or whatever. So the house was not $4 million, it was worth $700,000. So test the market, and then it's not working. But now, if very often they have a motivation to sell, or maybe they have a plan to move, right? Already, so maybe move out of state, or downsizing, or getting bigger house because they got babies, whatever, right? So, and then they wanted to sell. Now there's three different strategies to list the house. List the house at a market price. If the market price is we said between 520, 540, we list at 525 plus minus. A second strategy, go low, go at 500, 475. And then get multiple offers. Mm-hmm. And third strategy is let's test the market and go 550 higher. But the risk with that is it will not sell, and then you need to keep chasing the market down and reducing, right? So the more time on the market, the less valuable the house is.
And I didn't bring out of the state. I was waiting for you to advice with that. Like, okay, I have agent on a different estate, we can help with that as well.
We can help
That's,
with that.
that's,
but-
I believe
yeah.
that's another point that we can brought in as an
Yeah.
agent to help the client
To buy.
to
other
buy.
stuff,
And like, you know,
Yeah.
for example, I believe on my opinion, it should be the question, which state you moving to? So you can get them connect with one of the agent
Yeah,
and give them an idea what the price is, what the process on this estate, so.
but you in the process, you were in the stage just testing the market.
Yes, but the
So-
plan is to moving out of the state.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I could have. Okay,
Yeah.
so- Now, let's go back to more realistic sellers. So they're looking to sell. They're at 520 to 540 range. They have already identified a state to move to and stuff. Now, the most logical question will be, what's your commission?
Correct.
So your house is worth about 520 to 540. So we're gonna list in that price point. You okay with that?
Well, you mentioned 520 to 540.
Yeah.
What
What
will
price?
be the
So
listing
we will
price?
probably list at 525 for strategic standpoint because everybody's looking online now, and when you're looking online, most people put the 25,000 increments or 50,000 increments.
Okay.
So if you put a 25, because we're close to be even number 500, so strategically looking, it's probably better to do 525 because whoever's looking up to 5, they will typically put 525. If you list our house at 529, your house will not show up, right?
Okay.
So, and then it's I think even number 529 is good.
What do you think?
I think so.
Okay. I have a listing agreement here.
And what will be
Ask me a question.
what will be the goal when you list for 525?
What do you mean?
As you pull the comp and as you show us what's sold on the area,
Yeah,
as you are the professional, what do you think we can
net.
net out of it? Or based on 525, are we gonna reach the 540 that you mentioned?
So we will. Our goal is to get 2 or more offers, and when we get 2 or more offers, we'll generate a multiple offer situation.
What that's mean? for us?
That means that they're bidding against each other. So the more buyers are bidding, fighting to get your house, the higher price will be. So when we have
Okay,
2
makes
offers,
sense.
we can counter with multiple offer situations. That single offer, counter offer. Make sense?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now ask me the question. Most people will ask the question, what the commission is.
And then
What's your commission?
Oh, that's a very good question. That's a very good question. So I'm glad you asked because that's very important. Right? So depending what packages what my services you're gonna hire to. So I can go as low as 1% to as high as 4.5%. Yeah. Right. Oh, you have another team member, a family member.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of cousins.
Wrong
coming
way.
here. Yeah.
Sorry.
So, depending what kind of services you want, so I have between 1% bronze package all the way to platinum package, which is 4.5%. You pick.
wanna take a look.
I'm okay with any of them.
Oh, can you tell us about using Homebase?
Yeah, that's another system with the selling our houses. That's different package as the home base package. So it will generate multiple offer situation. We are advertising house through online bidding platform and leveraging the building psychology of people. Because psychology of people is they bid against each other. So the more you bid against him, I bid against Karam bids against somebody else, and the price goes up and up and up, and the seller wins. So USA Home Bids and multiple benefits for you to using USA Home Bids is only 13 days. You're paying discounted commission, only 3%. You're not paying the buyer's agent commission.
But you have 1% here. It's lower than the 3%.
Correct, but plus you have to add the buyer's agent commission. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this is because 817 change last year. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with August 17 change after NAR lawsuit. So the agents officially, the sellers are not paying, don't have to pay buyer's agent commission. We sold hundreds of transactions since then, and every single one seller paid the buyer's agent commission. Every single one. because if you're not offering a buyer's agent commission, the agents will not bring the buyers, so which means it's going to be very difficult to sell.
So like technically nothing changed.
Nothing changed except all the paperwork. See all these paperwork here used to be 5 pages, now is 20 pages.
Okay.
That's changed.
In-depth transparency.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. So whatever percentage you see here, that's a percentage to the listing agent, to me. You have to add 2.5%. And from bronze package, from 1% to platinum 4.5%, it's really 3.5 to 7 combined. So the home bits is the cheapest one, 3%, but you have to be aware, so a lot of people will come to your house. If you live in the house, it's going to be a little bit difficult if you live there. If the house is vacant, it's okay, it's better. Or if you're okay with us bringing all the traffic, 150 to 200 people, we can do it.
Mm. And so how do you bring that much traffic in 2 weekends?
2 weekends, so because we start at 50% of your projected price. So your projected price is 425. Let's say we wanted to sell for 525. We wanted to sell for 540. So we will probably start at 270, 275. So now,
That's too low for our home.
of course, by the starting bid, we can start at $1 if you want. We have a reserve price. That's why you're familiar with car auctions.
Yes, but probably we're gonna get the buyers looking for like 200 to 300, which is we're looking for like close to
Yeah.
540,
Correct.
550.
We will have 150 to 200 buyers here. So yes, someone will be looking 200 to 300, but trust me, we just need 2. They're looking about 550. We just need 2 out of 200 who are looking for 550. And I can show you all these houses sold on the platform. And I go to show the house. See, all these houses,
Yeah.
see? Yeah. I even sell my houses on platform because my flips because I generate more money.
Okay, yeah, that's the first time we hear about it.
I know, it's a new
Yeah.
platform. I'm only one of the few agents certified in the area, and not too many agents know about it.
Nice.
Any other questions? What I would recommend, you go with a gold or platinum plan. The biggest thing, the difference is targeted mailers, targeted marketing. So your house is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, single-story house, so which is ideal for families with kids, 1 or 2 kids, or downsizing buyers. People they selling their 2-story house, they are retired, they're 70s, 80s, and they cannot go up and down in stairs anymore. They're looking to buy a house like yours. So with targeted mailers, I invest my money. I will invest about $4,000 to $5,000, which is about 1%. Not out of your pocket, it's out of my pocket. But that's why I have to charge that 4.5%. But we will get more money.
Let's say 3.5.
Yeah, 3.
So what will be the total on those two package?
On the home bids is 3% for you. On all these other packages, you add 2.5% for the buyer's agent.
And you just mentioned still like the seller paying the buyer agent as well. So how the 3% gonna be split?
It's a great thing with the home bids because we charge buyer's premium. Buyer's premium is up typically 3%. That the 3% covers buyer's agent commission and home bids platform.
Do you think the buyer are willing to
All
pay
the
that?
time. All these online bidding platforms, they charge more than 3%. They charge 5% and more.
What do you think?
Sounds good.
Which one you gonna pick?
I like the USA home bits.
Okay, I'll start and then
And what happened after the 13 days?
If after 13 days you don't get offers high enough, you don't like me, you can fire me and then continue doing yourself if you want to hire other agent.
Or go
You have
traditional.
Go traditional. Yeah.
Okay.
And statistically looking, we should list on Thursday. Today is Thursday. As a matter of fact, we cannot list today, but next Thursday we should plan. Are you going to be ready by Wednesday for pictures?
Why Thursday? We
Thursday.
can list a Friday.
We can do Friday morning, but statistically looking, houses listed on Thursday or Friday morning are selling for $3,500 more
Okay.
per NAR, statistically.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Sign here. All. I'll go home. I just got listing house. Yeah. Yes.
So,
Amir,
so questions. Questions. Amir, do you go through your marketing plan? Because I see it there.
They didn't ask me.
So if they ask you, go through it.
I don't answer a question what they don't ask me for. Don't go too much.
Oh, sometimes I do that, Amir. I offer information I'm not asked.
Don't do this. You're asking a reason why they canceled the listing with you or not to sign. Don't provide too much information. Provide only enough for them to sign. Does it make sense?
And your commission breakdown has, basically it explains.
So now
What
we're
the
gonna
features are.
go in different objection.
Okay.
Because very often we'll say, hey, I just talked to KW agent and it's only 2% commission. Why are you charging 4%? So that's probably the most common objection, right?
Well, I believe like, you know,
Or,
the
I
other
like this, can I have
objection,
this?
Yeah, you have also.
you know, we scheduling appointment with another realtor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
scheduling appointment with
Yeah.
another realtor.
Mhm.
That's a good one. Yeah. Okay, let's go back and ask me about commission. Okay, so my commission is, here's the breakdown of all the commissions. So it's between 3% all, and then this is probably the best for you, 3.5%.
Okay.
Yeah. Are ready to?
Well,
guess
why
it?
best for us? We're gonna pay more money. It's gonna
So-
be best for you, not for us.
No, that's. I mean, did you talk to any other agents?
Yeah, we did interview 2 agents, and we have another 2. I believe they coming later today or
Mhm.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much did you say?
Well, one of them he said like
2.5.
1%,
Oh yeah, and one.
Yeah.
So you have 1%, 2.5.
1%, 2.5,
Oh my gosh. God.
which is, you know, it's
So,
it's
oh
cheaper.
my gosh. So 1%. 1%
Yes.
is way too much. It's way too expensive.
How? It's cheaper than 3.5.
So, but now think about it this way. So, what this guy will do for 1%? So he or she will probably just put a sign in front of your house and an MLS.
And MLS. Oh.
MLS. They don't have a budget for targeted marketing and all this extra marketing. I mean, how can they? They charge you only 1%.
Well,
So,
he said,
but-
sorry to interrupt, he
Yeah.
said like, you know, when he put it on the MLS, will goes on all like, you know, Zillow, Realtor.com. He
True.
said that's where most people looking for houses.
That's true. That's true. So you can go fishing with one fishing pole and then in a lake full of fish. There's all fish there, and you can hope to get one fish at a time or no fish. I'll go and fishing with a net.
Okay.
So with net you can get more fish, and then you can pick and choose which fish you like, right? And then sell for a house for more. And that's the difference between them. But it looks like you want to go cheap, right?
We're gonna save more money, so
Yeah.
that's what
So if you wanted
what
to go,
more makes sense for us to what we gonna net.
I understand. So that's the difference. So do you want to net more or save more money on the fees? I'm confused.
Well, we should. I mean, it's the same. If we're gonna save, we're gonna net more.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. So you can say the reason why it's not the same. I'll explain to you. So that's why I said this 1% agent is way too expensive, because you can get this service for $149 by California licensed broker right now.
I
So-
saw that as well, but
Yeah,
I have
so
to
you want
do
to
all
go
the
cheap.
paperwork. But you know, I don't have the knowledge to do it.
He does for you.
Who?
Yeah, 149. Put an MLS. The same like this guy does. Put a sign. You have to install his sign, but he will be signed there.
Okay.
So 149, and I think for additional couple $100 he does disclosures for you. So if you wanted to go cheap, so going 149, which by the way you're not paying until it's sold, is cheaper than 1% of your 525,000, which is $5,250. So tell me what's cheaper, 149 or
That's good.
525?
We may have to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
take
you
a
should
look
go with this guy.
again and
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
But you have to be careful. You're gonna
What
attract
do you mean?
very cheap offers. With this guy, you're gonna attract cheap offers. Do you think he will have vested interest to negotiate high price for you? Do you think this guy will have vested interest to negotiate high price
Well,
for you?
that's why we decided to go with the 1%.
Yeah,
Because
but-
you know the 1%, he said he will represent us. For
Yeah.
the 149, he said, you know, we just gonna list it.
I
So,
assume you don't have jets or anything like that expensive, right?
no.
So this is your biggest, most expensive asset what you own.
Correct. Yeah. we did.
Over $500,000. Why would you give the $500,000 asset, over $500,000 asset, to the person who cannot even negotiate his own commission? How do you think he's going to negotiate a price for your house at 525,000 to push to 535, 540. How, when he or she cannot even negotiate his own commission?
Well, I talked with him regardless. He said, you know, he goes cheap route to get more listing. And he did a close, as I checked Google, he closed like 70 listings last
Yeah,
year.
but did you compare how many listings went over the market value? Not over the listing price, over the market value. I'll bet you right now, out of the 70 listings, probably 0, maybe 1. I So
don't
now,
know how to.
do you want to
like-
go with somebody who is going on quantity to get cheap out quickly, or somebody who is going quality, driving the Porsche or driving a Kia?
Well, I believe quality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3.5%.
Can you do 2.5 instead of 3.5?
I can do 2.5. Just tell me which service do you want me to take it out.
It's golden package, but do 2.5 instead of 3.5.
Just tell me what package, what services you want me to take it out. I'll do for 2.5.
No, same service.
I cannot do the same service. No, I mean, what do you do for a living?
I sell cars.
Fill cars. So, well, tell me you engineer something. What is it?
Well, I work. I'm engineer.
Okay, so now imagine I come to you to develop this, design this bridge or whatever, and say, hey, what's your fee? $15,000. So can you design this bridge for $7,000? You could probably, but bridge will fall down, right?
Well, I
the same
work
with
with
the
the
cars.
company, so I'm not like a number guy. I receive salary and I do whatever they told me. So I'm
Correct, but it's how much services if you go and purchase some services, the same with buying the car, so you get services, extended warranty, you get what you paid for.
correct. Yeah.
So I can do for 2.5. I can even do it for 1%, even cheaper, but you need to tell me what services to do, or to take it out.
What do you think?
I like the targeted marketing for
Okay, 3.5.
quant.
Well, we're not gonna sign today. Wait, we have another 2 appointments.
That's true.
correct?
Yeah, you do.
So yeah, if you can just like, we appreciate your coming here. If you can just like give us a call the next 2 days or so we can.
Getting tough, huh?
That happened to me 2 days ago.
It's getting tough. Okay. So by the way, in this gold package, I have. I know you wanted to move soon, fast. The time is of essence. I have a guarantee, right? So if I don't sell your house in 27 days, I pay you $5,000. Okay. So that's included.
How are you gonna pay us? 5,000.
If the house is not sold in 27 days, I'll pay you $5,000. But I know you have a agreement appointment with a few other agents this afternoon. But if you're willing to waive this guarantee right now, I'll do for 2.5.
See, you already give us a discount.
No guarantee.
Yeah, but
If
at
you're selling the
beginning,
cars,
yeah.
you're selling the cars. So you sell the cars for one price. If you want it with a warranty, you sell for a different price.
Correct.
So I'm giving you opportunity now if you make a decision now, but it has to be. And keep in mind, so I can do to be the best service to my clients, sellers. I'll take only one listing per week, right? And my team is scheduling another appointments. If you decide to sign now, you're gonna be a reserved listing for this week. So my team can start working for you.
So we may gonna be delayed.
You're not gonna be delayed if you sign now. If you don't sign
No,
now,
if we don't sign now.
you're gonna be delayed.
Hmm.
And I know you have to move to New York in 27 days, so 35 days.
What do you think?
I think so.
Okay,
She said yes. Go ahead and do it.
sign it, 2.5. So,
She's
You-
easy.
yeah, so you use, Carlos, question to you because you lost a listing. So, two different techniques here. So, first was providing the value, and I'll explain how this work with the warranty, right? Guarantee. So, if you're willing to waive the guarantee, I'll sign for 2.5%, right? And second one was husband, which was difficult to deal with, was on the fence, right? So maybe I saw he's right there. So and then I said, hey, I can do only one at a time, one per week, right? If you're willing to sign now, this week is gonna be yours. If you don't sign now, you're gonna be delayed.
I didn't understand that.
I know, I'll repeat. If you don't start now, you're gonna be delayed. Did you understand now? Google. Yeah, so, I mean, you will never get all the listings. I mean, you're using different techniques. You may be able to convert them, not to convert them, but some are more difficult buyers, sellers, some are less difficult. Husband, wife, like one where we went to, what's their name remember, in Carmichael.
Oh, Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was, different personalities. So husband was more difficult to deal with than Sarah. So you have different personalities.
They're always hard to deal with.
Yeah, sometimes you have difficult lives.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have difficult lives. So now they may be insisting they still wanted to interview other agents. Insisting, I'm not signing anything today. I wanted to interview different agents. Right? And I say fine. Just give me a chance after you interview everybody to talk one more time. But I'm going to send you the list of the questions you can ask other agents to help you out to compare apples to apples.
Okay.
And I'll email it to you. Give me 1 hour, I'll email it to you. Or if I have on the phone, I'll email right away. That's a list of questions what they ask other agents. So the list of questions made that way that will get other agents to fail. So you win.
Okay.
I call agent eliminator list.
You have that list?
I have those. Yeah. Yeah. So asking question, hey, do you do the home bits listing? Do you offer this? That's people don't know what are you talking about, so they can compare, and then the answer is yes, no, maybe, yes, no, maybe, and then our questions always yes, right? So.
Very good.
So the way you handle that objections, let me think about it.
Let me think about it.
Yeah.
Think about commission, think about price, so think of what.
Yeah, ask the questions.
Yeah. So, well, that would be the same. So, what are you thinking about? And what is you holding you off not selling the listing agreement today? Nick, you're thinking.
We got to clean the house. So we have a bunch of stuff we got to get out. We have a dumpster coming. So it won't be ready for a couple of weeks.
Okay, great. So if you look my list of services, and this is my marketing campaign. So one of the first phases, I do the pre-marketing, pre-market your house, which means I'll create a secret list of homes, and your house is added to our secret list of homes, not for sale yet, but it's coming soon. In order for me to do this legally, I have to have a signed listing agreement. Yes, you're going to be ready in 3 weeks. Don't worry about it. We're going to put 3 weeks from today. But I just need something right. Otherwise, my broker will be. I will have a hard time with my broker.
Mm-hmm.
You always make explanation why you need it.
Yeah.
I need it for my brokerage,
Yeah.
and we sign different date in advance.
I mean, you offer them 5,000, you pay them if it doesn't sell in 27 days.
Yeah.
There's 28 days, they want $5,000.
Okay.
You're a new agent, and
You
you don't get $5,000.
You don't do that.
Explain that more, because that's conditional.
Now I missed my next
Explain that.
question. Because I can't run there. Well, my suspenders.
Yeah.
He'll
Very good
explain.
question. Very good question. So.
What about 1,000?
Yeah, very good question, Carl. So, I send a postcard, for example, I sell your house in 27 days, so I pay $5,000. And now they call me. So 5,000, I keep about 1%, whatever. So if it's $500,000 neighborhood, I offer 5,000. If it's Grand Bay, where it's $1 million neighborhood, I put 10,000, right? So now,
Can we legally do that?
let me explain. So I'll go to listing appointment right now. So now we go through all this. Comps and services. We discussed commission, 4.5%, and 350 we keep in a 4.5% guarantee. So and then and they say about 5,000, right? Awesome. So yeah. So you ready to sign right now? So,
Yes, but
yeah.
how is the 5,000?
Okay, very good. That's a very good question. I know you call me on the other test. I'm going to put here an additional terms $5,000, right? If your house is not sold within 27 days, meaning accepted offer in 27 days, because we need if it's cash, we can close in 7 days. If it's loan, they need 30 days, right? But if I don't get accepted offer in 27 days, I owe you $5,000. Okay. Now I'm a licensed real estate agent, and you are not licensed. So now with DRE, I mean they have very strict requirements. I cannot pay somebody who is not licensed cash under the table check because I can lose my license. Do you want me to do something illegal?
No.
No, yeah, I cannot do something illegal. That's how I'm supporting my family. But I am offering you $5,000 because that's my advertising. So what I will do this legal way. And legal way is if the offer is not accepted in 27 days, I'll reduce my commission by $5,000. I'm paying you back through my commission reduction. That's the only legal way, unfortunately, what DRE is allowing us.
And how about if the property didn't sold as at all?
Well, then nobody makes any money.
And we're not gonna make the 5,000.
You're not gonna make money.
So where is the benefit?
Benefit is that you will be working hard. I will be working for you hard. So I wanted to make $5,000 more. So I wanted to sell your house in 27 days for highest possible price, which you will accept.
Yeah, makes
And we
sense.
shake hands, we silence.
So when you break that down, that guarantee, you break it down at the table?
Yeah.
So if they didn't ask about it, you just say, I offer this guarantee of 27 days, and then they say, ooh, that sounds good, and they sign. Do you still, I know you
No,
don't
I-
answer more than they ask. Do you explain it then?
Yeah, I don't even bring the guarantee unless they call me because of guarantee. Because I send sometimes postcards stating in postcards, I sell your house in 27 days, or I pay you $5,000, or I pay you $10,000, whatever. And so if I know that they receive my postcard, I will bring up.
So you
Or-
know, oh,
Or if they're on the fence signing or not signing, I said, oh, did you know I have a guarantee I will sell your house in 27 days in this platinum package. But if you're willing to waive the guarantee, I can sign instead of 4.5, I can do 3.5, or 3.5 and 2.5. So use this as a fact to provide them reason why you're reducing your commission. Don't reduce the commission just because they asked. Right, so you give me, okay, I'm going to reduce the commission, but you're going to buy the car without fourth wheel. You get only 3 wheels. Or whatever, right? No spare tire.
And when,
Yeah.
like, if someone pick up the gold or premium, do you do all those marketing?
Yeah.
Or just
Yeah.
advertising?
Well, I mean, you should provide more value, right? Otherwise, the nice thing is most houses will sell within the first 2 weeks, right? If it's priced right. If it's too expensive, then if it's way too expensive, it's probably not a good idea to put out money in the target marketing anyway. Because if the house is they want $1 million, and the house is worth only 600, you will not sell. Doesn't matter how much marketing you make.
could I ask Amir, what about if a buyer pulls out, as in our case? You before 27 days, you're week 2, the buyers, they're in the middle, they pull out. Do
Yeah.
they still, did you fulfill your obligation?
Well, unfortunately, that's what happened with our listing. That's only one listing, and I was involved in over 1,000 transactions. Never happened before. Never. So our buyer pulled out, and they canceled the listing, and then we got a backup buyer, and they didn't accept. And the backup buyer came up with a higher price, but we already canceled the listing. Yeah, and they signed a private listing with somebody else. And that was difficult to sell anyway. So, but things like that happen, right? So.
But explain the guarantee. The guarantee is that you'll go into contract. The guarantee is not that it's going to
I
close.
guarantee you're gonna go to contract because I cannot guarantee how. I mean, you cannot close in 27 days unless you get cash buyer.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
I have other questions, but I could wait till the end.
You should be husband and ask all the questions.
Yeah, let's get another volunteer.
I know. Go ahead. Go ahead. Ask the questions.
Okay.
They're divorcing.
Let's get another.
If they're divorcing, God send it home.
Angel got tired of that guy asking all these questions.
I can see they
Divorce situation.
Yeah, but then what's the question?
We need 2
So,
volunteers right here.
A few questions. I know you have your outrageous marketing plan. I would love to have insight on that. I was also curious about, I walk around the home and I see, I see cracks on the drywall. They want to list their home, and I see these repairs that should be made first. I don't know how much money that entails or things like that. But I'm curious about getting the most value. I walk and I see a few cracks. I see some off paint. Do I recommend these things and then say, hey, let's get this fixed, let's get this fixed? Your
Yeah.
kitchen cabinet, I'm just curious about the value in that.
It is a good question. So you probably didn't pay attention, but when I was going with husband and wife here looking the house, and I asked about kitchen and all this, I didn't pay too much attention to upgrades and stuff. I was asking questions: why are you selling? And if what hypothetically, if you get a buyer today and then you have to move in 30 days, do you have a place to move? So walking with them to the house, it's to find the motivation of selling. So when we go back to the kitchen table, I know how to position myself. Husband said they're just testing the market, so that's the toughest by a seller. Because the testing the market is almost likely he's not going to sell. Because testing the market meaning listing it high, and they're very tough on the price reduction. Probably will not reduce the price.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But now, if you see obvious damages like crack, a lot of people are afraid of crack ceiling, cracks in the ceiling. They're probably not big deal if it's straight crack, because it's just how the two drywall meet, and then they didn't put enough tape. Tara probably knows in her house with what she's rolling. So if you don't put enough tape there, and it will crack over time. So that's easy fix, and I advise to fix it, because new buyers, assumption is going to be first time buyer. Assumption is somebody who doesn't know anything about construction, and they're afraid. If they see black stuff, they think it's mold. If they see the crack, they think it's foundation damage, because the whole thing is settling. So that's typically not the case in 90%, 90%, 95%. Yes, sometimes you have foundation damage, and those cracks is more diagonal. Or because and they're not straight line, they crack because whole corner dropped, and they're mostly visible from outside.
Oh, so if I see cracks on the outside and say, I saw the other day I was touring with a family, we saw a couple vertical on the drywall outside, and then we saw one horizontal.
It's not drywall, it's stucco.
That's
Right?
stucco.
Thank you. See,
Yeah.
That's different.
So depending how wide,
not hairline.
then it's not.
Yeah, that's
So-
typical.
So that's typical. Stucco is a concrete,
Mhm.
and then you have installed in a frame, wood frame, which moves. Wood frame moves, right, in the wind and the earthquake stuff. But concrete is rigid; it does move. Now, if you combine a flexible element with a rigid element, it equals cracks, right? So if this moves, it will crack over time. But now, if the cracks is up larger, you can take a quarter and put it sideways.
Then you have a problem.
Then you have a problem.
Then the repairs for hairline, it's on the, that's not expensive.
Typically, we'll just put a caulking on it.
Copy, thank you. And if I have a seller with those cracks, it'd be good to advise them. Then let's say they repair that, they have to paint the whole thing, huh?
Yeah, so it's not very visible. Yeah.
Is that a repair that you would recommend if you're showing a home?
If it's only few cracks like that, I wouldn't recommend. But some houses have a lot of cracks. So let's say
Yeah, you don't
this
recommend that.
wall and bunch of cracks like a spider web.
Specialist.
Yeah, that
You would recommend?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But the easiest way to see the foundation damage is from outside, and then the foundation damage where the roof meets the wall. If this is a roof, a wall, and this is a roof, if you look this line here where the meets, and if this happens like this, it starts with 0 and then it's 2-inch crack here. That is probably foundation damage, foundational damage.
So the roof, and then when the roof is starting to separate.
But no, see, this is normal. This is normal. So no. Let's say there's no gap. If this wall starts sinking, you're gonna have a gap.
Thank you.
So that's what you should look.
Any more questions about listings? People that have had issues with clients and sellers? Questions?
Buyers sometimes are.
No,
These are my sellers, not my buyers.
Yeah.
those are sellers.
Yeah.
I'd like
Baram,
to-
But
questions?
what question? Oh, we'll talk about buyers, but let's focus on sellers.
Yeah, let's focus on sellers.
Yeah.
Let's do a divorce situation.
Let's do a divorce situation.
Well, the
Well,
worst
that's
situation
tough.
you will.
First of all, she'd be sitting over there if they're getting divorced.
That's tough.
That's tough. I mean, I closed quite a few divorced couples. You have to have, if they're fighting,
Yeah.
it's
Good
not
luck.
the situation like this. It would be one one of the
One
spouses.
is selling, the
Yeah.
other one is not selling.
Right, and then one is, obstructing and disputing, I wanted my agent, that she says she wants her agent. And, but if they're okay with selling without, let's say, attorneys involved, that's much easier situation, right? And I'll present both of them, I will communicate to both of you, separate text messages, the same text message you tell me, and then let's get your house sold for the highest possible price.
Mayor, I'd love to know your outrageous marketing plan. I'm with the seller. I don't want to do USA home bids. What makes you different than the other agents? I know you have an outrageous marketing plan, a guarantee, 27 days. Those are good things. But I'd love to know what's outrageous about it.
So if you hire me, I will advertise. I don't know yet, so I have to see if I am willing to sell your house. But if you make agreement at the end of this meeting, and then you're willing to work with me, I'm willing to work with you. And then Google still doesn't understand, but these are the 5 phases what I will do your marketing, right? And this is my I call outrageous marketing campaign. And you can have I send to most of you, so if somebody needs it, let me know. So, and then I'll do phase 1, I create a targeted marketing phase 3, and then all the way to phase 5. If you don't get enough high enough offers, we'll target specifically the other agents offering the bonuses, right? So this is the way how I will advertise your house for highest and sell for highest possible price.
You said you would offer bonuses for buyer agents?
Yeah.
What kind of bonus? How would you
Well,
structure
we have to be a little bit careful now with the new change with the bonuses, but before I have to figure out how to do now. But before was actually send me the offer before May 1st, you will get X amount extra. Yeah.
Could I ask about when we list low and we want multiple offers, listing low, how long do you, typically I get an offer, I present to my seller, let's say even I get an offer, they're valid for 3 days. How do you wait in position to drive that up if the offer you receive is good for 3 days, but then you want multiple to raise the value, say you within a week or so? I'm just curious how you would.
So if you get 2 or more offers, you can submit a counter offer, multiple offer, a counter offer situation, even if it's expired, right? So you can still submit, because if they accept, it goes back and forth with the negotiation. Because even if they accept multiple counter offer, seller still has to accept the counter offer in order to be binding.
So if you receive one at the original list price, the $475, oh, it's on the market one day, you get it $475, all terms the same. Would you hold on to that for 3 days? Would you counter right away, or?
If you don't have any others and it's a strong offer, you present right away.
And then recommend seller to?
Accept if it's right, if it's full price offer, good terms, accept, why to wait?
So then they say, oh, we listed low, but we're still hoping for $515, we listed $475.
So depending when, if you listen Thursday and you receive offer right away on Thursday or Friday, I typically would wait till Sunday.
Wait till Sunday.
Yeah, open houses over weekend and Sunday, the seller will respond. So
You wait
Say Monday
until
will-
Sunday or
yeah.
give it until a Tuesday, as most likely we're gonna have Saturday, Sunday open house.
yeah,
Or Sunday open house,
yeah.
and then you give the agent like at least 24 hours to the buyer and agent to make their decision.
Yeah, I'll typically respond on Monday. So by Monday you should have offers for the weekend.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
What if the seller?
Do you present the offers, I'm sorry, do you present the offers to the sellers as you get them in, or do
Yeah,
you
I
wait
typically set them as we get.
as you get them
Yeah.
in?
What if the buyer's agents ask, I want you to accept my offer right away today, or I'm not waiting until Monday?
I'm sorry, you have to wait or you look for another house.
Okay.
I have similar situation right now on Bilton, and she was pushing. I said, I'm sorry, and then she keeps setting an extension of her offer expiration. Yeah,
Here's
Struggle. That way you know how they are serious or not.
Exactly.
Actually.
yeah.
an objection I get is other agents will do it for 2.5. Why can't you just do the whole thing for 2.5? I know you say, well, what do you want me to take out?
Yeah.
And they go, no, I want you to include everything. Everybody else will do the same thing. How do you handle?
Well, it's and it's very questionable. So would the other agent do the targeted marketing in Bay Area, Sacramento, and everything else? Invest $4,000 or $5,000 of their money? Probably not, right? So you can go in that direction.
They may ask you to show how you're gonna spend that money. Are you gonna really do?
Don't spend.
You do?
Spend? Yeah. I sold a house in El Dorado Hills. I was listed a couple years ago. It was for $500,000. Not sold for 4 months. I did $100 per day targeted marketing. For 21 days, I sold for $515. 7% commission.
When you say $100 a day targeted marketing, were you sending direct mailers? Was it social
This
media?
is targeted marketing, social media. Yeah.
Targeted marketing is through social media?
Yeah. There's different ways. You can do EDM, you can do the list brokers. Yeah, we sold houses, 6-car garage, when we purchased a list from list brokers of all people. They have 4 vehicles registered in their household.
Mm.
So there's different opportunities to this. So you have to stand out to be different than this guy who is going to be putting just a sign in front of your house and put an MLS. Everybody can do this. They don't need you. Yeah.
And also, I believe like we can offer them, we will call the neighbor. We will reach out to like 300 to 500 of your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Let them know there is property. You can skip disclose the address, but if they have someone interested, you will be in touch with them.
Correct. And there was one lady from what's her name? From Canada. Yesterday in Seattle, I found her name. So she's doing the stories with the house. Pretty good stories, right? So I'll find her name.
Like made up stories or?
No, the story about the house, memories of this house, and why you should buy. Build the memories. Your kids playing soccer and basketball and swimming in the pool and all that. So I know her last name is Tush. Yeah, he is. It is. Just a second. There's a QR code, but I cannot scan this QR code and we'll get her name.
I don't have my phone.
It's under
Okay. So I believe it's Tush, T-U.
Maybe if you click on it, it's.
No, it's
on
iPhone.
TUSH?
Oh, okay.
Scan this.
Mayor, you said with like I had a single story in Thomas, perfect for that's perfect for people downsizing. So
Yeah.
you target the people who are looking to downsize, been in their homes for this, and you target, who else would you target for?
Oh, I have to see the house. What's her name? What's her? Tush?
Georgia Tush.
Georgia Tush. Yeah, find her YouTube channel. Find her YouTube channel. It's very good stories what she does for her listings. Okay? We will analyze that. Those left. Anything else? We finished our listing presentation. I got the listing signed for 3.5%. Going in the market next Thursday.
I'm going to put this on YouTube, guys. I'll also give you the video you could put on your platform. Amir mentioned, I got to go to my calendar. He mentioned the thing he went to in Seattle. They're also going to do it here in Sacramento.
Good.
It's $45.
45. Seattle was $160.
So Seattle is always more expensive because all the suckers are there.
Where is the recording?
A recording?
Am I recording? Yes.
Can't
You want me to stop?